Can a place reveal itself? Geiranger unveils its charm. The sea below appears painted, so tranquil it seems to pause. And then, a breath of wind, a shimmer across the glass. This Norwegian gem slips into view. Gradually, not abruptly, it emerges, evokes something sacred. This fjord is deep, over 250 meters, shaped by glaciers that once carved their way. Here, calm runs deeper. Even now, the cliffs gently weep with meltwater. The breeze carries the memory of snow. Clouds drag their fingers across the ridges. Light folds softly around the peaks. We arrive with hushed footsteps, borne by the tranquility. The wind smells of pine and stone. There's a peace here that knows more than sound. It holds time. It quiets the breath. Pause long enough, and the land may embrace you too. Small wooden houses gather at the water's edge, painted in soft reds, whites, and ochres. The settlement of Geiranger rests at the foot of mountains where the fjord ends, and the road vanishes. Boats sway in the harbor, but everything else rests in stillness. Like a landscape that learned long ago how to listen. Here, the breeze carries salt and pine. Clouds wander through the valley, like unhurried thoughts with nowhere urgent to be. In summer, just a few hundred residents live here, and yet, the world comes to see them, to see this. In size, it is humble, but it cradles something immense. Beyond mere scenery lies serenity, belonging. Nothing about this corner of the world strives. It simply endures, hushed and whole. A hamlet that welcomes you with silent grace, with a hush that settles in like home. Cruise ships rise gradually behind the cliffs. So large, they almost don't belong in a place so tucked away. Each summer, more than 150 arrive in this fjord, carrying thousands of visitors into the narrow inlet. But the sea makes room. The mountains don't flinch. They glide forward like gentle giants, their reflection trembling on the surface. Some are longer than football fields and carry more people than the whole settlement sees in winter. Yet here, even something that big seems to soften. The engines hum, then fade. Only the call of birds remains. A lone boat trails behind the wake. Closer to shore, tenders move back and forth, bringing travelers into its very heart. It's all leisurely, still, predictable. One leaves, another arrives. No rush, no noise. Most visitors stay for just a few hours, but what they take is more than photos. It's a gentler presence. This place leaves a mark, subtle and unobtrusive, but enduring. And as the ship backs away, the calm returns, as if nothing ever happened. But the memory lingers, carried home, unchanged but touched. 7 silver threads descend from the heavens. A lone cascade fractures into sister streams, each pulsing with its own cadence. These streams sway in unison, yet drift apart in rhythm. Locals christen them Des Sieve Soustraines, the Seven Sisters. Once beheld, their image lingers indelibly. Their sound echoes ahead of arrival, a gentle rumble as the mountain exhales. The atmosphere turns cool and moist. Stones shimmer with ancient echoes. These falls plunge over 400 meters, a vertical cascade of brilliance and resonance. Some venture in sea kayaks, gliding near enough to savor the mist. Others speed on boats that skim the inlet, chuckling as spray envelops them. The sea draws them closer, then releases them to float anew. Ever so slightly nearer, perpetually awestruck. Yet voices remain subdued here. Even delight arrives with softness. Some merely observe and listen, hardly drawing breath as the sister streams perform on the escarpment. Above, clouds hover lazily. Beneath, the cascades persist in their descent. Through every season, ceaselessly flowing, ever present. Legend holds the finest vista of Geiranger lies not at sea level, but elevated. At Flydalsjuvet, the inlet unfurls like a vision. Cruise vessels float distantly below, diminutive against the cliffs. Hamlets nestle into the verdure. All feels serene, not due to silence, but due to tranquility. Travelers arrive to observe, yet linger to experience. A mild breeze drifts by, a shutter snaps, a gasp is caught, for a moment extended. Even mirth mellows here, and motion too begins to ease. One may hike to this vantage, one may cycle, one may pause at the lot and step a bit further until the scene unfolds. This lookout was crafted for such instants, to savor and appreciate, free from haste or domination, simply to gaze, to be shown our smallness and the beauty within it. The inlet remains voiceless, yet its presence speaks volumes. And if allowed, this panorama will reside within, long after departure. At the world's brink, campers awaken to calm. Merely a tent, an incline, and all of Geiranger beneath. The dale holds its peace, as if poised before dawn's first light. Later, the sun tilts westward, and radiance pours over the summits as molten gold on rock. Supper simmers gently, tones quieten, merriment dims with the dusk. This spot invites skyward glances over screen time, where shadows lengthen with gentleness and time seems suspended. Some remain for a single evening, others revisit through years. For this sight, it imparts a lesson to pause. And as twilight deepens and hues melt into dusk, a soft luminescence rests on the sea. Then darkness envelops the channel in shades of navy and silver. From this lofty perch, Geiranger murmurs its final gleam of day. A final gaze is cast, not to recall, but to sense. The stillness, the elevation, the boundless azure. And then, the departure lingers. The inlet remains, yet a piece of us lingers with it. This is World Adventure OS, the operating system for global wonder. Like what you saw? Give it a like. And to keep traveling with us, subscribe and turn on alerts.